Welcome to The Dentist Show. Let's jump right in.
Welcome to The Dentist Show.
The Dentist Show.
Oh, I thought he was going to go, show.
You know what's funny is I actually 100% considered it, and I was like, I don't think I can hit it, but you hit it hard.
I am a soprano.
Yeah, you sing with Queen?
Only when I was listening to, I was going to say it's not Dumb and Dumber, it's
Wayne's World?
Wayne's World.
Excellent. Party time.
Wayne's World. That's a good show. And Queen was on it because they're in the Rhapsody song.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, when they're in the car, they're like, thunder for the lightning, very, very frightening, Galileo.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. They almost, the actors were having, the producer wanted to use a different song. I wish I could remember what song it was. And they were going to walk off the set.
Oh, really? Like Mike
Queen.
Myers was like, hell no.
Yeah, it was like, I'm doing Queen or I'm not doing this.
That's
And
awesome.
Who
is the other actor's name? I don't know if he's in anything
yeah,
else.
he's Saturday Night Live guy.
Oh, is he? Oh, with a haircut.
With a haircut.
Yeah, obviously.
What's his name? He's hilarious. He's a perfect guy that does a bunch of impersonations.
Yeah, I actually picture him.
it.
I just don't remember his name.
Oh, it'll come to me in a minute.
It'll come out.
It was on my tip of my tongue and it went away.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Talking about team members, what do you think what's your favorite, because you guys have a team training come up on next week.
Yeah.
What's like your favorite training that we do? The training that moves the needle the most typically?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know if it's one training individual or if it's certain subsections of trainings that we've done. I like our new patient onboarding process, and how we go through. And I think we've talked about that a little bit. How we do
actually we're on the on the cruise, and I think my dad said something like, you're not very nice to Ryan. And I was like, what do you mean? And my brother Chad's like, yeah, you call him out all the time and tell him he's wrong. Like there's one episode you're like, what happens when a new patient walks in? And Ryan said, well, within 3 minutes or something. And you're like, wrong. No, they need to be taken back immediately. And I was like, no, I didn't mean to come out that way.
That's so funny. Well, they just see you as their brother and son.
As a razzler.
Right? Yeah. So I didn't take it that way.
Yeah. I know. They know me. I like to razz them. But that's so we did talk about the new patient
I was gonna say. So we talked about that.
But I think that's the one. I think that's the one that moves the needle because it's everybody's involved.
Yeah.
Doctors are not much involved, but in that training, and it's your front team, it's your hygienists, it's your dental assistants. They're all
it's number one. We need patients to call the office.
Yeah.
And if our team is answering the phones correctly, getting that patient to schedule, the next step is winning that patient over, and not winning them over in the sense of just selling them something, but helping them understand that you as a team and as an office care enough to invest back in them. Mm-hmm. And then if we can have an honest conversation, we will do everything we can to help you out.
Yeah, it's just one of those. I think the biggest ROI you can get from any consultant or coach is probably that phone training. And not necessarily the training, but getting the buy-in from the front team to do something different than what comes easy to them.
Yeah, it's really easy to say, you've reached Spokane Family Dental. What do you want?
Or even easier, just say hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey, well, is this the dental office?
Yeah. Actually, we've done some phone trainings and we call other offices, and you'll call them and be like, why are you calling me?
Yeah.
Or what do you need?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, are you a dental office?
Yeah. Like, do you want me to come in? Because right now it sounds like
or let me, like you say, I'd like to come in for a cleaning or something. Like, let me see if we can actually make that happen. I'll go talk to the doctor.
Yeah.
It's like the answer is yes.
Yeah, the doctor wants to see him.
Yeah, yes.
And that's what I think. I wish there would be a training. And I guess that's what we're working on as a leadership team. Is we have the processes, like this is how we want the phones answered and scheduled, and we have this new patient experience. And what I think what's been top of mind, at least for mine in the last 2 years, is it's getting a team on board that buys into the process that then will complete the process how we want it. And it's not because it's not like a dad setting again, like, well, I'm a dad, so listen to me what I'm saying, just because this has been by far of all the trainings, these are the ones that we want to see as the patient really appreciates you when you do it, and it makes them feel at ease when they come in, and then the doctor has an easier time closing a case.
Yeah, it's and Actually, we had a conversation with Joe. I think you missed that.
I listened. He recorded that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the cruise. Yeah.
We had a conversation with Joe through Possibility Co. last week, and is about like we want to give people the freedom to make decisions and to choose what's best for their department, their teams, and who they have stewardship, or what area of stewardship they have and team members they have stewardship over. And we want it to be through the lens of what would the founder do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not what would I do,
Yeah.
but what would the founder do? And he I think he had some really good points about it's like, we want to make decisions on what would Chase want done, what would Dr. Bushman or Ryan want done. It's like, or what would you or I do in this situation? And that's why enrolling our team into the importance of the why, because then they can start making those decisions like, oh yeah. Why? Well, so that we can help these patients feel comfortable being here. Okay. How would Dr. Davis do that? Or how would, right?
Right. And we are more intentional on that with teaching and training of how we see things. And it's not just about our mins or the numbers. It's also about like, well, if we want more new patients to come in, or if we want to change what we're doing, then we need to have a buy-in, and you guys have a stewardship that you're ready to take over to kind of replicate what we would do if we were in the same shoes.
Yeah. I think what Joe said, he's like, if you go on a cruise ship, right, you don't want to just go, you don't want the guy that's supposed to be driving the boat fixing the railing, right? There's a guy or a gal that they're the experts at fixing the railing,
right?
And you want the person that drives the boat to be driving the boat, and you want that captain's desires for the overall experience of that boat to be taken care of by everyone that's part of that team in the same thought process of what the captain would want. But the captain's not doing every step. And so if we can enroll our teams to do our team members to do their step and do it well with that frame of mind, then the cruise will be a positive experience for everyone on the boat. Yeah.
When we just got off a cruise, so this is kind of fresh for us, but the first show they do, the captain comes out, and I can never understand. I feel like I'm becoming an old man because it's like if they have an accent or something, I'm having a hard time following what they're saying because a lot of the captains are from like Sweden or foreign training. So English is their second language. Anyways, but he was talking, but then he introduced his 5 people that he relies on. So then it was like this person's in charge of all the activities. This is our chef, and this is the service guy, and then their tech people, and they like recognize them, and it's like, okay, these are people who are in charge of everything. I'm just in charge of those 5, and then those 5 have their 5 people. and their 5 and their 5 all the way down to the person fixing the railing. And I think that's a great way to set it up because you don't want the chef driving the boat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Or I think in some organizations and practices, it's the chef, the guy fixing the railing, the plumber, the cleaners that are all giving their input. Like if I was the captain, I would drive it this way.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but you're not, and good thing you're not because you're specialized to do those different jobs. So
we don't want the mechanic cooking the food.
Yeah, we don't want the mechanic. We don't want the plumber cooking the food.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. I mean, you come from a long line of plumbers, right? Wasn't it Viking, then plumbers?
Yeah,
it's like
that's right. But plumbers go up above a Viking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Viking, then plumbers.
Plumbers are superior to Vikings for sure. But yeah, so you need the guy driving the boat, and you don't need input of how to drive the boat, but you need input of like how to run their department. Yeah. Like, so you need a front team lead driving that front team. You need a hygiene lead. You need your dental assistant lead driving those leads, or driving the message home is like that. We're going this way. We are going to Dominican Republic. Yeah. We're not going to stop here and here and here. We're going this way, and then we're going to make the best experience with all. By doing it this way.
This is where we're going, and this is what we want to accomplish on our way. Let's support that.
Yeah. And that's what Joseph said in another train too, since he brought him up, is when I was a small practice, and even when Spokane was you and 2 people, it's easy. You're kind of a rowboat. And so when someone's rowing the wrong way, you can say, no, we're rowing this way.
You notice really quick.
Yeah, we are rowing this way. He's leading us, and they like get in line. But now with like 100 plus employees or team members, you don't always know when someone's rowing the wrong way because it's a big boat now. And so it's so important that your leadership has that stewardship, so they know their team so well. Like that guy's like rowing the wrong way. That's going to back in or get him off the boat.
Yeah.
So he can keep rowing that way in a different organization that's going that way.
Right. Yeah. It's not to harm that person. It's to help that person get on a boat that is rowing the way they want to go.
I think that's been the biggest mind shift that I've had the last 3 years was I thought always firing somebody was so hard. And it's still, I mean, it's awkward and hard. But when I've done it, and I've always actually just delegated that task to somebody else, you know? And then I started doing it myself, and it's to me, it's not firing. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like you're not happy here.
Yeah.
It seems like you want to do something different, and let's help you get there quicker. And I'll let you. And we almost everyone I've let go. Me personally, I still text them or reach out to see what they're doing, where they're at, and they're usually at a better place that fits them better.
Yeah.
So, and typically a little happier. So
yeah, that's a good way to go about it. So how does our new patient training help us all point in the same direction and get our boat going? And
yeah, because it's putting if all of our offices are doing the same training, or we decided like, hey, what we found to be the most effective is this system, this process, and we're all doing it, we know that the patients can be taken care of the best way we know possible. And that in that way, because I think we've talked about before, is I've listened to when someone's like nailed the phones, they've come in, they've nailed the new patient experience, and now they've nailed the handoffs, and you hear them like, you are so good at customer service.
Yeah.
Like, you're just amazing at this. And in the past, I always thought you had to hire that. You had to hire that person that had those skills. And now I understand, no, that's just a process that makes those team members look so amazing, which they are when they do that process, because it is a process that's intentional, set up to make it feel like and we do have customer service, but make them feel that patient feel differently than they did in the last 10 offices they went to.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because it feels like maybe it's just dentistry, maybe it's other businesses. I know it's not just dentistry, but for some reason the health industry, we got this whole idea that if we train ourselves to be better at sales or better at engaging patients to doing a certain thing, that it's wrong, right? Or that there's some sort of moral compass dilemma that you're
to
dealing
the
with.
point that we call them treatment coordinators.
Right.
They're closers.
They're closers. They're
sales.
You literally have like it's door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
You have the
outbound
mailer that goes out there. That's knock one.
Oh, I see what you're going.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that instigates an opportunity for our phone person to like schedule the appointment. So now you got the scheduled appointment, and then you've got the guy that goes in there and walks around the house, like let's say for like pest control, walks around the house and says, "Yeah, there's ants here. I see there's ants. You see there's ants.
Yeah.
I think that getting our guys in here to do a pest control or spray pest control in your house is going to solve your problem."
Right.
And then you get the closer come in here and hey, and if you sign up today, we're going to have them in tomorrow to clean, to get these bugs out of your house. And we'll do it at a fraction of the cost.
And we'll do it every other month.
And every other month. Yeah.
Keep them away.
Right. We are in sales.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, we are in sales, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's actually liberating if we take the opportunity to be like, anything outside of an extraction in dentistry is an upsell, right? We either do nothing or we extract this tooth. From then on, it's an upsell to try to save some teeth. If we're not helping those patients that call our office get scheduled, we failed them.
Yeah.
If we're not helping those patients that get on the schedule to have an enjoyable experience at that office visit for the first time, we've failed them.
Yeah.
And if we don't have that opportunity to help that patient understand and enroll them in why we think they could benefit from the services we offer, then we as dentists have failed our patients.
Yep.
We don't need everyone to buy. We don't even want everyone to buy.
Right.
We want people that are properly motivated, that understand the why behind what we do and how it can help their lives, if it will help their lives.
Yeah.
If when we tell them everything about their mouth and they're like, yeah, but I literally am about to get kicked out of my house next week because I can't pay rent, that rent might be the most important thing. And it's not, right? Okay, but you get what I'm saying? It's it's not our job to dictate what's most important to them. it's our job to teach them why what we do is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that
totally agree.
so they get a choice.
Yeah.
And if we don't give them that opportunity to make an informed choice, then when their tooth breaks, because we just walked in and said, yeah, our tooth's going to break and then leave,
Yeah.
that kind of is on us.
Yeah.
They didn't go to dental school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's us to help them convince and close the case. And I think it's there. You need to keep that integrity as your doctor's oath to take care of the patient first. And,
Yeah.
But it is sales, and it's okay to train the team and to set up the patient best to help close the case. Because I told my team early on, like, it's amazing we get to learn about sales and the process, and we're helping people. It's not like I'm going to the McDonald's and they're asking me to biggie size their Coke, they're trying to sell me on a product so make me less healthy, or going to the movie theater and getting the bigger popcorn, or adding a candy bar.
You might be happier though. See, bigger candy bars aren't like money. More candy bar makes me happier. I'm just joking.
But you're in it to become you're a healthcare provider, so you get to learn to close more, to do more of the treatment that you need to help the patient get out of pain or keep them maintained. So So we have many trainings we do with our teams, and it just needs to be intentional. And you don't even have to hire a coach. You just need to maybe write down your process that you want, and then it be intentional to teach your team that process. And that could be outside dentistry too, that any business be intentional with hey, this is how we show up at this job. This is how we show up at this. This is what we look like. This is how we act. This is the response we give for these questions. Yeah. And doing that intentionally is never going to be a bad thing. So.
Yeah, I think not trying to do your best and for your patient is just as bad.
Yeah,
it's worse than not telling it. It's way worse than not trying to sell patient on getting the crown that will ultimately help their tooth stay in their mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's good stuff, Ryan. That's a great episode. It's another episode down.
Yeah.
So please share so we have more followers, so we can get some cool guests on.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can move the movement to have a great dental career for everybody.
And if there's anyone out there that does hear any of our episodes and they're like, hey, I also podcast and I'd love to share my time with you guys, we'd love hit us up.
Just don't. That's the boring ones. Just don't.
Yeah, if you're boring, don't message us.
There's already two boring guys here, so
we need someone way cooler than us.
Okay, let us know. Make sure you share and subscribe and leave a comment on YouTube.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to The Dentist Show. We hope that this episode helped you make smiles about more than teeth. To get more resources to grow as a dentist and to learn more about Chase and Ryan, go to thedentistshow.com or just follow the link in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, share with another dentist in your life and help us grow the movement. And be sure to rate and review wherever you're listening.